Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. How's everybody today? Move my cup out of the way so you can see me. How's everything? I'm doing a video today on the 705 along with the Matte 705 tuner. I had been using this when I first started doing QRP and I loved it. And then I wanted it to go up to 100 watts. So I got the Zygu XB 125B amplifier. I may be saying that wrong. Anyway, I got the amplifier and I started doing parts on the air with 100 watts with that. And I built a Go box for it. And I loved it. And then I got ambitious and I wanted to put an HF radio in my car. So I got an 891 and I put that in my car with the ATOS antenna. So now if I go to a park and I want to do parks on the air at 100 watts, I got that all set up in the car already. So what do you think I did? I took apart the Go box and I took my Icom 705 and I put it back in the backpack that it came in and hooked it up with a tuner, a Matte 705 tuner. So I had been trying to sell these tuners since I started doing 100 watts and nobody wants them. So I said, all right, what the hell? I'll keep them. And now I'm using them again. I'm using one of them again. The battery operated one, I'm not. The one I'm using is the one that's charged on a USB cable, and it works great. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit about how this is set up today and how it works. And to give you a little idea of what it looks like, I'll just show you this right here. This is the 705 along with the Matte tuner, which is the little box on the right. Notice it has two lights on it now. We're on 17 meters. And right now we're just monitoring. We're not doing anything on it right now. But this is what I'm going to show you how to hook up today because this is a very valuable tuner. I love this thing. It works really good. It works fantastic actually. And I figured I will share this with you and show you how this works. So what we'll do is we'll go to the radio. I'm going to switch over to that camera now, and I will point out items on the tuner and on the radio how you get this to work. All right? Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, KO4 PDI. All right, here we have me kicking the camera. That's never good. This is, I'm going to raise this camera up a little bit and re-aim it a bit to make it a little bit easier for me to display these on. This is the tuner. This little sucker right here, and the only connections you have, the antenna in and out, from the radio to the tuner and then from the tuner to the antenna, and this is your control cable right here. This little cable, you can see what it looks like. It's just a tip ring sleeve cable. It goes into the tuner right there, and then on the 705, whoops, turn this around here, it plugs in right here. And if you look at this right here, this is marked. This bottom one is tuner, the top is send ALC. So you plug this into tuner. Now later on, we will look at the Zygu amplifier, and you'll see that that does not hook up to that. It hooks up to the ALC. So here we have the radio and the tuner. And if you look at the screen on the radio, and if let's change bands. Let's go to 20 meters. All right. And notice there's no tuning. You go over to the function menu, you hit the function button right here, go to page 2, and this tuner should be on. If you click on, first of all, watch the tuner. It's only got one green light. If I turn on the tuner, you heard it, it just tuned up on 20 meters. If I key the mic and we go to meter, so we can watch, here's our SWR, test 1, 2, test 1, 2, less than 1.5 SWR on 14283. And we can tune that in. Now I'm using a Cush Craft Cush Craft Vertical 9R antenna is what's hooked up to this right now. Let's see if we can hear anybody.
Well, we're old friends.
There you go. Not a lot of noise.
What's been going on?
My RF gain, I'll turn it all the way up and a little bit down. Noise reduction is on right now. You go over here. Preamp is off. AGL is fast. Notch is wide. Noise noise banking is on. We'll turn that off. And I'll turn off noise reduction for now. Turn off compression. So everything's off. I'll lower the volume a little bit there so you can hear things. But you go to that function menu, the tuner is on. You have the 2 green lights now. And that's all there is to it. Let's change the band. Let's go to 40 meters. Notice you still have the little tune lit up here. If I key the mic, it'll retune. There you go. And let's see what my SWR is. The best way to do SWR is put it on FM or RIDI. We'll put it on RIDI and key the mic. Less than 1.5. If we go back to 20 meters, retunes again, not even measuring, absolutely nothing on SWR. It's amazing. Let's go to, this should be good on 80 meters. It's trying. And there you go. We're tuned in. We're tuned in on 80 meters, but let's go to RIDI and see what it looks like. Look at that. That's on 80 meters. And that tuner is doing everything. Let's go to, it's not going to do 160 meters. Let's go to 10 meters. This is a hard one. Let's see if we can get up to about 29. Somewhere up in the 29 range. There's nobody talking on this. I don't hear anything. Key to mic, watch the tuner. It tuned up, and on RIDI, less than 1.5 SWR. So this tuner, now, is that good enough? Let's do another experiment. Is my rig expert. Notice this is on the antenna alone. I just have the antenna wire hooked up to here without the tuner involved. On 80 meters, we have a 7.4 SWR is the best we could do. On 60 meters, even though we don't use 60 meters, 3.7 is the best we can do. 40 meters, it's looking better. It's about 1.8 at the best level. On 30 meters, the low end of the band is not too bad, but the upper end is pretty high, but it's still at 1.08 at 10.03. On 20 meters, we are below 3, which is nice. It's 1.29. 17 meters, 1.29. 15 meters, still pretty good. This is the Cush Craft R9 antenna I'm using. Well, that's about 12 meters is about the best, 1.06. 11 meters, even though I don't use that, is 1.69. 10 meters, 1.36. 6 meters, 1.8. Even 2 meters, this antenna is resonant on 1.21. 70 centimeters, I don't think it'll be resonant. Wait, it is. Oh, it has only very sharp, a high Q in 70 centimeters, but it is good in 70 centimeters. So I could hook this up to this radio and do D-Star on it. No problem. It's 70 centimeters. There's some repeaters in the area I could try to hit. I'll see if I can get them. But you get an idea of what The most important one I thought was the 80 meters is way out of whack. Let's go all the way back to 80 meters. Oops, missed it. Right there, 80. 5.6. So now let's hook this back up. So in other words, on the radio, I wouldn't be able to do 80 meters unless I had a tuner. All right, that's it. This is the whole tuner, this whole shooting match here. We got the front panel, the back panel. The back panel, your antenna goes to this connection in the middle. This connection is for your radio. So your antenna out from your radio goes into here. And this connection on the far left is where the control cable goes that goes into your tuner jack on the 705. On the front panel, you can see on the front panel, you have your USB-C plug. That's where you charge this. That's the only thing you use this for, is to charge this battery in here. And believe me, once you charge it, it lasts a long, long time. And then you have your signal lights. When it's tuning, it's red, and when it's tuned, it's green on this one. And this one here tells you if you got power and if it's charging. If you plug in your USB cable and this is red, that means it's charging. When it turns green, it means it's fully charged. When it shuts off, that means you're done. It's charged. So that is the Matt tuner. And you see how tiny it is? It's just slightly bigger than a deck of cards. I could prove that to you. I happen to have a deck of cards right here. So here's a deck of playing cards, and here's the Matt tuner, just to give you an idea how big it is. The thickness just a little bit thicker, a little bit longer than a deck of cards. I'm a magician. Of course I have a deck of cards. Duh. Anyway, this is the Matt tuner. I'm going to hook this back up again, and then I'll show you. I'll do a video also of how I put this in the backpack, the Icom backpack, so you can take this with you wherever you go to, and you're ready to go QRP. I literally only bring 3 amp hour bioanno with me, and I can operate for a long time on this. And I have multiple antennas, everything from the Buddy Pole Deluxe, Buddy Stick Deluxe, vertical 17-foot whip on a ground spike on a tripod. Any way you want to do it, I can do it. And this tuner makes everything possible. And I've actually gotten this from a 7-to-1 to a 1-to-1 with this tuner on that radio. All right. All right, here we go. We're going to start from scratch. The radio's hooked up to the tuner. The radio's ready to go. We're just going to turn the radio on and start from scratch as if we just got to the park and we're just setting up for some QRP. All right, power on. Radio comes on. It's hooked up to an external power source, so you'll see the 14 volts on the bottom, which means I can do 10 watts output. So if we hit this and we go to power, let's turn our power way down. And let's go down to 5 watts. Actually, it's not even 5 watts, it's 5%. And what we're going to do, we're on 10 meters right now. We're just going to key the mic. No, it's not tuned. What is my SWR? Test, test, test. It's up to almost 2. So if we go over here, and we hit function and turn the tuner on, now it tuned. We were up to almost 3, right? Test, test, KO4 PDI, no response needed. There we go. That was a pretty good SWR. Now, what's really nice on the Icoms, you have this SWR test. So we're at the 10-meter range right now. I hit play. I'm going to key the mic. Every time I key the mic, we'll measure the SWR and travel up the frequency and let you know where we're at. Watch this. Look at that. In every band, in the whole width of the band, no more than 1.02 or so SWR in 10 meters. So let's change bands. Let's try 80 meters. That was the one that was way out, right? And let's go function, turn it off, tuner on. It tuned. You got the tune word up there in the top left, so you know. Let's see how we did on 80 meters. Remember, it was 7.4 to 1. I gotta hit play. Here we go. In the whole band, it's just barely above 1 now. See that? Here's 1, just barely above at the high end of the band. So we're doing good. Let's try, let's go to 40 meters. Try that again. Aha, we didn't tune. It's way out of whack. Now it tuned. If we do it again, there you go. Look at that. The high end of the band, it goes up just a hair, but it's way all below 1.5. Let's try, that was 40. Let's try 30 meters. What the heck? Just everything's below 1.5. What an amazing little tuner this is. Let's get out of that. Hit that. Let's go to 20 meters again. Clear. Key to mic. Not tuned. So what we'll do is we'll go function. All right, now it tuned. Try this again on 20 meters. Look at that. Everything below 1.5. Incredible little gadget we got here, isn't it? Okay, let's go to a different band. That was 20. Let's try 17 meters. Clear that. 17 meters. This is before I force it to tune. Now it just tuned. Let's do it again. And once it tuned, look at how low it is. Incredible, isn't it? This little guy right here is doing that. I tried to sell this and nobody wanted to buy it. I'm not selling it now. I'm keeping it. I might sell the other one. The battery operated one needs a new battery, but I'll put it in before I send it to you. And that one, it does the exact same thing. It works the same way. The only issue is you have to change the battery. All right, let's move on. I'm going to show you how this all goes in my go bag now. Okay, folks, what you're looking at here is the Icom bag. This is the Icom bag for the 705. The 705 goes in here. Batteries, microphone, everything goes in here. So I'm going to show you how I set this up. We're going to start with the tuner. This cable here, let me see if I'm in the right place. Yeah, this cable here goes from the tuner to the antenna. All right, so we come over here and where it says antenna, right there, let's click that to there. The other one will go to the radio. So we do that right here. Is the radio connection. Bingo. And then we'll have the control cable, but we'll get to that later. First, we tuck this in here. This one's going to go right to the radio. Now, what I do with this is I have a little piece of Velcro on here. I can actually shorten this a little more, like this. I don't really like these Velcros, but they do the trick. Okay, so this one's going to go up to the radio. And what's really funny is the other day I went out and to get to the radio, we come right through here, a little opening. And when I put the radio in, this will go to the radio. This other one will go to the antenna. And we come through the same hole, come out the hole, and we go right there. They got this cute little opening right here. Bring that wire out. That's the one that's going to go to the antenna right there. I have an adapter to put on that so that it can connect to B and C, because that's what my coax has. On the bottom here, we put a 3 amp hour Bio-NO battery. And I like to keep a meter with me. So I have this meter I put in line, and this is my 3 amp hour Bio-NO battery. It's got Velcro on it, and it sticks right there. And usually what I'll do is I'll plug this into the radio, and when I'm ready to operate, I hook up that to the battery. And it works great. The radio. Here is the radio. As you can see, I got a Anderson power pole power cable that plugs into the battery. And I have, this is the mic speaker mic input. If you want to use the speaker too, you plug both of these in, and then the speaker will be in the microphone, not on the front panel. But the front panel speaker on the 705 is really good, so I don't plug that in. This speaker right here works great. I could hear great. Plus, I wear a set of headphones that are it's a one-ear headphone by Parrot that hooks up Bluetooth to the 705, which is really handy. So on this side, the power wire goes down into the compartment below right there. Stick it through there. That's where we connect it to the battery in the bottom compartment. And I do the same thing with the control wire that's going to actually the control wire for the tuner can go on the other side. And I'll pull that through from in here. All right. And now we take the 705 and we screw it into this mounting screw right here on this little strap so it doesn't fall out of the bag. See right here? There you go, right there. We screw that sucker in. And then we take our antenna wire. Wish I had a right angle B and C, so this would put so much stress on this, but put that on the radio right there. And the whole thing just fits like a glove right into this little compartment right here. Those wires go there, that one goes there, we're all set. All right, and we can power it on. The nice thing is the guy that I got this radio from gave me 2 extra onboard batteries, which I keep in the cover here. And there you go. Now it's in and it's working. We still got the, let's get out of that SWR thing, put a full screen. There's no antenna hooked up to it now, so I'm going to leave the power super low. Let's power it down. All right. And then the mic cable, I forgot to do that. I feed the mic cable through on the inside also. So let me pull that out. And this cable comes up through the inside. And then plugs in. I can see what the hell I'm doing. Don't lose it, Mike. It's falling back down. Come here. I got you. All right, take this. This plugs into here. Like I said, if you want to use the speaker, put that one in here too. You plug that in too, but I don't. I use the front speaker on the radio. Works absolutely fantastic. And for some reason, I'm not able to get this in nice and neat like it should. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Okay, so now it's tucked in there nice and neat. All right, so the radio's in. Let's close this front panel. The antenna line comes out over here. And here's the inside. You hook up the radio to this Anderson power pole when you want to use it. But first, I usually plug in the meter this way. So every now and then I can look in there and check and see what my battery level is at. Because you can see I could read. Right now we're at 14.04, so it's fully charged right now. And we'll leave it like that, but I'll disconnect this so we don't drain the battery. Now, what else do I put in here? Well, I bring my couple of different things. I'll show you. These are my Blue Parrot headphone. These are actually on right now. I should shut them off. These charge off a USB-C right here. And this is always good to have in one ear and listen to the speaker in the other ear. So that goes in there. I also always have a flashlight, a bright one, with me. That comes in handy. Never know when. And my favorite end-fed half-wave antenna, the Pactena antenna, is what I put up with a mast. Sometimes I don't use this. Sometimes I'll just put up a vertical 17-foot whip. And that's it. That's what I keep in there. Oh, and here's the microphone. It was dangling out. That goes over here. Nice and neat. And we're all set. And what's this wire hanging out? Oh, it's the control wire. I never plugged it into the tuner. You know, it was funny. I was out doing Parks on the Air the other day, and it only happens when somebody comes over to say hi or something. Guy comes over to me who I met before, who also does Parks on the Air, and starts shooting a breeze. I was still setting up, and he's like, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing Parks on the Air, and this is what I'm using." And I'm keying my mic, and it looks like crap. I got horrible SWR. I'm like, "What is going on? Why is the tuning?" And little did I know, I forgot to hook up the antenna to the radio. Duh. So anyway, this is the whole shooting match right here, and I zip this up, and that's it. My whole QRP in the bag, ready to go, and it works fantastic. So what is that you say? QRPs for pussies? Let me tell you something. You learn how to tune an antenna, QRP is a blast. When you hear somebody calling you from Europe on 10 watts, it makes your day. But let's just say you want more. I know the feeling. I did QRP from March to July of last year. No, of 21. And in the process, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I've activated Pelsier Creek Conservation Area multiple times doing it that way. However, sometimes it's not satisfying. Um, if you know how to do it and you know how to tune an antenna, it's very satisfying. But if you don't, it can be extremely frustrating. That's when you need this. Da 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 da. The Zygu XPA 125B linear amplifier. No, it was not made for the 705, but it will work with the 705. Look for that in a future video. I will set that up with the 705 in the Go box with this amplifier and show you how it works. So until then, I want to tell you thank you so much for watching me. This is Mike, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, and I promote ham fun. That's what I do. That's what the shirt says, ham fun. Make sure you can see that. Ham fun with KO4PDI. That's me. I just hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy the videos I put out. If you do, hit like, subscribe. Please comment if you have anything you want to say or if you have questions. I will be more than happy to answer. And if I don't know the answer, I will find somebody who knows the answer because I don't believe in shooting my mouth off if I don't know what I'm talking about. So this 705 with this tuner works absolutely amazing. I would encourage anybody that wants to get into ham radio and start doing parts on the air. This is probably one of the easiest ways to do it. I mean, you can go with fancy antennas like I do. I use a Buddy Pole Deluxe. I got a Buddy Stick Deluxe. I got I got the Pac-10 NFED half wave. I have another NFED half wave. I have all kinds of antennas and stuff I use with this radio, and it works amazingly well. Terrific, I should say. So with that note, I want you to know if you want to get involved uh, with QRP, this is a really easy way to go. Follow me on Twitter, Rumble, YouTube, KO4PDI, and on Facebook, Ham Fun with KO4PDI. I need subscribers. I only got like 60 something subscribers. I want to get more. So help me out here. Share it with your friends. Put it on your page when you find this video, and we'll all grow together. For now, this is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, wishing you a fun to do in 73, everybody. Have fun with your ham radio. KO4, PDI, clear, 73.